This is Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. We are still in a weather impact alert for Thursday and Friday as we are monitoring this. Hurricane Francine made landfall earlier along the coast of Louisiana at Terrebonne Parish there in Louisiana, and it's now moving inland pretty quickly. It is still maintaining hurricane strength. When it moved inland, it had just been upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane with winds of about 100 miles an hour. Now, the latest position estimate that we got is showing that the winds are at about 75 miles an hour, still classified as a hurricane. I think by next hour or maybe getting to 11 o'clock, it will be downgraded to a tropical storm. But still, there is a lot of wind and a lot of rain in association with it. I want to give you a closer look at this, and what you're focusing on is Louisiana, southern parts of Mississippi right here. There's the Alabama coast and then the Florida Panhandle here. I know we're zoomed in kind of tight, but I just wanted to give you your bearings there of what we're looking at. And there is that center of circulation right now. Here's New Orleans. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit tighter because I know you can kind of see what we're watching here. A couple of things I want you to notice. There is that very big band of rain and storms now bearing down on New Orleans with a lot of rain. If you can see this camera right here, I know it's kind of dark because of course it is dark out there, but this is a live view out of New Orleans right now, and you can't really see much at all because the rain is so heavy. They're dealing with the wind there as well. We'll keep that up so you can keep an eye on that. Another thing I want you to notice, that red polygon up just at the Mississippi line, that is where we have a tornado warning that is in effect. It is in effect. Let's see if we can get get it up here so we can see exactly who is involved there in that warning. It may or may not come up. Let me check on that really quick here. And I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Well, that's just showing the tornado watch here, but there is a tornado warning. I'll try to get to that in just a little bit there for that area near Bay St. Louis, where we have that tornado warning in effect. And that illustrates to you what we often see with a landfalling tropical system. Some of those bands can have some tornadoes in them and some rotation in them. And that's what's happening right now, especially on that right front quadrant. As the storm is moving northward, that right front quadrant is where we have most of the strongest storms, the heaviest rain, and that strong wind, and where we can see a better chance of that severe weather. Now, as we widen out a little bit, this gives you again a little perspective. There's Atlanta here at the top of the screen, and you can see the storm way down into Louisiana. But as it's coming in, notice that rain wrapping around the system there in Louisiana, Mississippi, and southern Alabama. But a lot of that rain is extending up to the Florida Panhandle, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, South Georgia, central Georgia, and even here into the metro Atlanta area. And you can see some of those showers. Now, it's really interesting because a lot of the leading edge of that rain shield, as it's been pushing up to the north, has been trying to fall apart a little bit. So not all of this is actually making it down to the ground. However, I just got a call or a text earlier from Cody Alcorn. He's working on a story down in LaGrange here, down in Troup County. He confirmed that, yes, the rain is coming down. It started off with just a few sprinkles, but now it's getting a little more steady down in Troup County. We also have some of this rain, some of these showers here and areas on the south side. Parts of Henry County, also down in Coweta County, South Fulton, getting in on some of that light rain, and that's slowly moving up toward the north. We don't have much north of I-20 over toward Paulding County near Dallas and over in Polk County near Cedartown. Maybe just a few raindrops there, but not, again, everything is making it down to the ground. Before I get to this, let me go to a tower cam. We do have that impact alert in effect here. For Thursday and Friday. I'll talk about that here in just a second. But let me show you this tower cam so you can see what we're watching at this hour. This is in Coweta County. Not heavy rain coming down there. The sidewalks and the roads, though, are wet from some of the showers that came through just a little while ago. I also want to take you over to Henry County, to Atlanta Motor Speedway. This camera may be a little dark here as it is about to show up. Yeah, this is dark, but you can kind of see the light reflecting on the pavement right over here where we do have the rain that's coming down. We just got this camera back here from New Orleans. You see this here? Just a second ago, it was frozen up a little bit. When you have windy conditions like that, sometimes these cameras can freeze up some. But this is showing us, again, all the rain that's coming down. Mainly, we're seeing the lights there down, of course, on the ground. So very active weather now in New Orleans, and we're seeing some of those showers that are moving in here to the metro area, especially there on the south side. So we have been telling you all week long about a weather impact alert for Thursday and Friday. That's where we focus on some of the more high impact events that we'll be feeling in our area. And so for Thursday and Friday, we normally try to give you a time frame of when you're going to be seeing some activity as far as the weather, but it's really going to be pretty much all day on Thursday and Friday with off and on showers. And not raining all day long, but just be aware of these off and on showers. We're also going to watch the wind that's going to start kicking up, and there's the potential for some storms. Whenever you have a landfalling tropical system, especially when you're on that right-hand side of the center of the circulation, you can see some severe weather. So we want you to stay weather aware over the next couple of days. Make sure you download the 11 Alive app. You can check on radar at any time. We're going to have updates on the app a lot of throughout numerous times there during the day as well. So that way you can kind of keep up with what is going on. Here's another view. This is the enhanced satellite imagery that really kind of enhances those highest cloud tops that we have. And you can see the storm as it was moving inland. It made landfall right around 6 o'clock tonight with that official landfall there on the Louisiana coast. And that intense circulation here and all that convection is now moving through Louisiana up to around New Orleans, where they're getting some of the more active part of the storm right now. And then that's going to keep moving up through parts of Mississippi. So here is the latest track that we have and the latest update that we have from the National Hurricane Center. Normally, we get these updates at 8 in the morning, 11 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, 8 o'clock in the evening, 11 o'clock at night, and then it goes the same there with those advisories and intermediate advisories. However, we have been getting hourly updates and position updates here from the National Hurricane Center as it was leading into landfall and now that it's just after landfall. So this is based on the 9 o'clock position update, showing it at about 75 miles an hour. So that is still hurricane strength as it moves up toward the north, and it is moving northeast at about 17 miles an hour. Notice that forward speed at 17 miles an hour. That's actually a good thing because the faster it's moving, it'll pull everything away a little faster as well. If this was only moving at 2 or 3 miles an hour and was just creeping across Louisiana, it would keep dumping rain over the same areas, and we would have a lot more of an issue with flooding there. They're still going to get a lot of rain there, but at least the center of circulation is moving pretty quickly. We're thinking that by later on tonight, this is the estimate at about 2 o'clock in the morning, that wind should be around 65 miles an hour. So most likely going back to tropical storm force later on tonight and definitely during the overnight hours. And then it becomes a tropical depression in Mississippi tomorrow afternoon, and then a remnant low as it moves very slowly up to the north of Memphis into the southern parts of Missouri. So it really just kind of falls apart. Now, even though it'll fall apart, it'll still be a remnant low there and still be generating some rain as it moves up toward the north. We have to watch this system because even though it's back in Louisiana and into Mississippi, we're on the right-hand side and it can still spread rain and wind and storms our way. So those are the main things we're going to be watching over the next couple of days. The rainfall totals, and I'm going to show you the differences in the models here in just a second. It's kind of crazy, the big range in rainfall amounts. After looking at the models for guidance, we are going to go with still 1 to 3 inches of rain in our area through Saturday. There may be more rain that comes in on Sunday and Monday to add to those totals, but between now and Saturday, roughly around 1 to 3 inches of rain. We're watching the wind tomorrow that will be gusting from 20 to 35 miles an hour. We also have the storm threat as well. Right now it looks like a very low tornado risk, but that tornado risk is not zero. It is there, so it's something that we have to watch. Now, I almost hesitate to show you this because I don't want people to get fixated on the European model and think we're going to get 7 and 8 inches of rain. I have to tell you, during this entire buildup of the system, the European model has been going back and forth and back and forth. Between at one point it was saying less than an inch of rain to then 2.3 inches of rain. Then it went up to 4, back down to 2.5 inches. Now it's giving us some crazy amounts over the next 5 days or so. So I really don't think that is going to happen. I'm leaning more toward this. That's why we're going with the 1 to 3 inches here. The American model saying 2.3 in Atlanta, 2.1 in Athens, higher amounts over in West Georgia. So we're going to be fine-tuning these rainfall amounts, and hopefully the models will get a better handle on that. The other thing we're watching is the wind threat. Now, we do have a wind advisory in effect for Northwest Georgia. There's not an advisory for Atlanta proper. However, we're still going to have breezy conditions here, especially during the day tomorrow. In Atlanta, it just might not meet that wind advisory criteria, but in Northwest Georgia, actually as far south as Floyd County, Bartow County, and Cherokee County, that line up to the north and west is where we could see sustained winds at about 20 miles an hour at times during the day tomorrow, and then wind gusts potentially up to 35 miles an hour. That could bring down some trees. I don't think we're going to have widespread trees down or widespread power outages, but if a tree comes down or a tree limb comes down, we could see some spotty power outages there. Here's a look at the wind gusts. These are not sustained winds, but wind gusts. During the day tomorrow, this is at 3:30 in the afternoon, 30-mile-an-hour wind gust here, 33-mile-an-hour wind gust in LaGrange, 30-plus-mile-an-hour wind gust in Carrollton and also in Rome. Over in Athens and Eatonton to the east, not quite as strong of the wind gusts there. Here in Atlanta, again, about 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It'll still be breezy on Friday, but just not as windy. Same thing for Saturday, some breezes around, but not as windy as it will be during the day tomorrow. And we're watching the storm risk. Now remember, we were talking about on the right-hand side of the center of circulation, that's where we can see some of the stronger storms. And that pretty much right here, you see the storm, the center of the storm moving up like this on that right-hand side, level 2 risk along the Gulf Coast region, and north of that, a level 1 risk. And then look what happens during the day on Thursday. That level 2 risk extends up into central Alabama, up to around Birmingham, and then the level 1 risk is into parts of West Georgia. That means there's a chance for a few isolated stronger storms that could turn severe. And one of the things that we're looking at with this type of situation is there may be some rotation within some of those outer bands. So we have to watch for the chance of some isolated spin-up tornadoes. Also on Friday, a level 1 of 5 risk for severe storms here. So here's a look at the timeline of what we're watching. We have the rain, some scattered showers on the south side, generally light rain coming down now. That's going to continue to press up into our area overnight, so some spotty showers here and there. In the morning, not everybody getting consistent, persistent rain, just some scattered showers that'll be moving through. And in the afternoon, maybe some breaks in the rain at times, but some of those spotty showers. And then late afternoon into the evening, we'll see more of those coming in. Some of these bands will contain some heavy rain, especially in the evening hours on Thursday. That's the time we have to watch for the potential that some of those could turn strong, as well as overnight into early on Friday, where we still see some of those stronger storms around. Friday afternoon at lunchtime, maybe breaking up a little bit, then additional storms and heavier rain developing again in the afternoon. Then moving into your Saturday, a few showers still on Saturday morning. And then off and on showers during the day, still watching some of those bands that could have some heavy rain with it. I really think that the severe threat will go down much more going into Saturday, but still watching that rain. So here's a look at where we are in relation to the storm as it moves up toward the north. That heavier rain really moving through Mississippi will be on the right-hand side of that with additional showers, sometimes heavy at times, continuing to move on through. Once the system falls apart, we're still going to be dealing with some additional rain moving in. Also watching a potential system developing off the coast of North Carolina. That could spread more rain into the Carolinas. We hopefully won't get much of an impact from that. But again, something that we will have to watch there very closely. So here is your 7-day outlook. We have the weather impact alert in effect for Thursday and on Friday. Highs in the 70s with the rain, storm threat. Still some rain on Saturday. We may extend that impact alert into Saturday with if there's any other risks for really heavy rain coming in. Rain chances coming down a little bit on Sunday, then down more Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as those temperatures move back up into the 80s. So keep it with us right here at 11 Alive. We're tracking every move with the remnants of Francine and the impacts here for our area.